お前の目には見えているか、この世のすべての虚無。トルメンタルメンテスでシエラブリーチブレイブソース。
What is going on, you guys? This is your boy the Deathsmasher, and welcome back to another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today I am back again with another tier list. Now, seeing as Can't Fear Your Own World Round 9 is out, and of course, if you guys didn't know, I completely skipped the banner because I don't want the characters and I don't need the characters. Sure, maybe Charlotte is a necessity for guild quests, but I think I can live without him. But anyways, we are back again with another tier list, and this time around, because Can't Fear Your Own World Round 9 is out, I figure I may as well do a best to worst tier list for when it comes to these limited novel exclusive characters. Well, semi-exclusives, because like most of them are pretty much original for the game, but I digress. Anyways, we have the tier list separated into 5 categories, being power, technique, speed, mind, and heart. And the way of how the tier list works is that we'll be starting off with the worst character first, and then as we go along, we leave the best character for last for their respective attribute. So with that said and done, let us go ahead and begin the tier list. Alright, so starting it off with the power category. Power has a lot of Can't Fear Your Own World characters, and I mean a lot to the point that it's actually stacked with SP characters, which is insane. But anyways, let's just go ahead and start it off directly with the worst one, and unfortunately I have to give it to Beyond Resurrection Nelio. Nelio is one of my favorite characters to actually play as for when it comes to overall power characters, since she does have a Ronker Killer with a Nat String that pretty much acts like as if it's 1000-Year Blower Yoruichi's Nat String when transformed, except it's directly as a Nat String, and yeah. Basically, she has a lunging normal attack string, which is pretty good, and plays exactly like a Weaken, where she has weakening on everything and also has the walking vortex around her on her second, and then the third strong attack is basically the same as White Zangetsu's third strong attack. So overall, really good. The only sad thing about this character is that she only has an 80% bruiser. So no flurry, so she's not going to be hitting as hard compared to most characters that actually have flurry. And speaking of which, here's the next character, Dordoni. Dordoni actually plays the same as Nelio, minus the fact that he doesn't have the lunging normal attack damage string. Matter of fact, it's a good Nat string that he has, which is basically I would say the same as 1000-Year Blower Soifon, but not exactly the same, where the first 2 hits are split into 2 hits, if you guys know what I mean. But yeah, he has Flurry with long reach and has a 50% bruiser, as well as the fact that he gives out 20% more normal attack damage to himself and all other power attribute or ronkers. So Nelio and the 6-armed Noitor will be benefiting the boost. He does have Captain Killer, so he is going to be missing out some form of damage, but again, he plays exactly like Weaken. The only problem that this guy has was that he wasn't given Guard Break, and he wasn't given Poise. So for autoing, unfortunately, you guys are better off running a 5 out of 5 Weaken compared to a 1 out of 5 Dordoni. But he is still a pretty good Nat character regardless. And I wouldn't really say he's good for PvP. He's more meant to be used as a guild quest character. And even then, if you guys have like a 5 out of 5 Weaken, he's just going to be a lot better than a 1 out of 5 Dordoni. Anyways, up next on the list is the Can't Fear Your Own World Truth Nelio. Now this Nelio, when she came out, honestly, she just sucked. But at the same time, she was good because not that many people had Spirit Society Byakuya at the time, so as a Soul Reaper killer, she was actually quite decent since, well, for starters, her first strong attack is the Shade 40% mag strong attack. Second strong attack being the 2500 length beam move, and then the third being the 975 radius in front of her. A decent character, but over time, she pretty much lost her value, and I mean by a lot. Even though she does have Frenzy with 40% Berserker, she needed Havoc, and she needed a different kind of kit, if I'm being honest, because she was pretty much dead upon arriving into the actual game, which just pretty much sucks. Anyways, here is the third best power character for Can't Fear Your Own World, and I have to give it to the Can't Fear Your Own World Shunsui. No affiliation killer with laceration on everything, Frenzy with Havoc, and a Berserker of 20% with damage to lacerated enemies by 40%, as well as a devastation at 40%. So overall, pretty good, and he actually does have a way better kit compared to this Nelio, where he has a lunge, the second strong attack. Unfortunately, it's a vacuum vortex attack. It's 750 radius in front of him. However, it is still going to be able to kill regardless, but just know that it will have a bit of hitbox issues, and you will not be able to get every enemies, considering it's a suction vortex, meaning that you pretty much suck enemies into one place and pretty much kill them off. But he still has the third strong attack that is insane and is basically the same as the Mind Koga, being the 1170 radius AoE distance strong attack. Overall, pretty good character. I did wish he had a different killer, but honestly, let's just be real here. Killers don't really matter anymore, because if you can get a unit to SP level 10 and go with hybrid strong attack damage and strong attack recharge links, well, there you go. You pretty much killed off the fact that you even needed killer in IZ to begin with. Now, up next, we have the Resurrected Hikone, and it's funny how we're already going over this type of Hikone when we still need to touch upon the Mind one. But anyways, Hikone, he basically has more or less the same kit as Shunsui. Only difference is the first and second strong attack, where he has the 3000 length beam move, and unfortunately, the range collision pushback vortex, which is basically the same as Tokinata, Can't Fear Your Own World Baragon, the same as Seinosuke, but overall, still pretty good. He does have Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, weakening on everything. You cannot go wrong with this character whatsoever, and is insanely good, like, honestly. And then up next, Shinji. The funny thing is that both of these characters are Soul Reaper killers. One is ranged and one is melee, but however, Shinji is just overall the best out of all the power Can't Fear Your Own World characters, because he has God Kick, being the 3000 length beam move, 960 radius in front of him, and the 1200 radius all around him, full screen third strong attack. Soul Reaper killer, Frenzy with Havoc at 20% Berserker, and as well as the fact that he gives out an additional 20% Berserker to himself and all other captains, meaning that this Shunsui is going to be benefiting the actual strong attack damage boost, and he also does damage to confused enemies by 40%. Making the overall confusion status element a lot better for him. The only sucky thing about this character is the fact that he doesn't have devastation at 40% compared to Shunsui, which is kind of where he falls short, but at the end of the day, this character is still quite good to play as, and if you guys just run him with a badge pill and a tension tie, you will still be able to one-shot regardless. Not as much as a unit that has a 40% devastation, but look, can we really complain about this character? He still has the best kit in the game and is still the best melee Soul Reaper killer that we have for power, so there's nothing really wrong with this character and whatnot. And besides, for Guild Quest, let's be honest here, nuking is now irrelevant with the new hard GQ. But yeah, that's basically the power category completely summed up. And now we go on to Tech. Unfortunately, Tech only has 2 good characters, which just sucks because 2 of them are actually quite bad. And starting off with the worst one, Can't Fear Your Own World Zomari. No affiliation killer. Now, I'm the kind of guy that says that killers don't really matter, but when you give a unit a garbage kit, that completely changes the entire discussion, because, okay, he has Frenzy with a long stride, no Berserker, no Havoc, weakening on everything. However, his first strong attack is basically the same as Aura's. The second strong attack is the ranged collision vortex pushback, and then the third strong attack is 900 radius full screen. Now, back then in the old GQ, he was actually quite relevant in being a vortex taxi because, well, of course, considering this guy had long stride, it means that you can pretty much flash step across the map and also be able to rack up the combo with the second Tron attack. But now that the old GQ is dead, this character has pretty much lost his use and is just overall a character just sitting in your box collecting dust. He is that much of a garbage character. Unless you use him for a link, like, that's literally it. He's pretty much irrelevant. Up next is Canfield Kenpachi. Now, why do I say this guy is bad? Is because, for starters, he's got Flurry with a 40% bruiser. Not too bad, am I right? Well, here's the bad part. He doesn't have the Walking Vortex, and he lacks Guard Break, and has no status ailments, and he does nothing on his special. And he has the Link Slot Potion skill, making this character actually relevant, but for when it comes to actually manual playing as this Kenpachi, compared to the likes of Machine Society Ruruka, he just does it a lot worse. Like, whose idea was this to give this guy a Plant Vortex on a second Tron attack and a B move on the first? Okay, I mean, sure, the B move is subjective, but like, why the Plant Vortex? It really does not make sense because most of the time you're going to be missing with that second Tron attack, and the third Tron attack being full screen is okay. I just wish that this Kenpachi was done a lot better. He really needed Guard Break to even be a good Link Slot Potion character, and heck, he even needed status elements for that freaking matter. God damn it, Caleb. God damn it. At the very least, for GQ, he is actually going to be making a comeback since he is immune to paralysis and does have the Vortex, which is very helpful in the hard GQ. And now, up next, we have the Canfield Round Hallibell. Hallibell, she is one of my favorite tech characters to play as in the game, and I simp for her, okay? But, yeah, she has Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, Berserker of 40% with a Ronker Killer, Lunge on first, SA2 being the AoE around herself, which is, I believe, 670. She boosts and gives out shields, and her third Tron attack is 1200 radius. Very good character, however, she does clear quite slow compared to most characters that have God Kit. However, she does feel the need of having a support unit on the battlefield, especially for when it comes to pretty much doing extreme co-op with Grimjow being able to boost this Hallibell and whatnot. She is pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, she's good, even though she won't be able to clear as fast as this character that I'm about to put up, Canfield Stark. Canfield Stark is still to this day the best tech or Ronker killer that we have in the game that happens to have Frenzy with Havoc. The only bad thing about this character is that he does not have Berserker. But that's just about it. Other than that, he still has God Kit, minus the SA1 having, well, a bit of a problem, because his first Tron attack is a beam move, but it's not a 3000 length beam move. It is a 1500 length beam move. It is the same SA1 that the Speed Lisa has with the Havoc, by the way. And the second Tron attack is the 960 radius we all know and love, and then the third Tron attack is full screen 1200 radius. Burn on everything, he's a pretty good character. That being said, to make him OP and be able to do as much damage as possible, you do actually need to give him strong attack damage and strong attack recharge hybrid links, should you guys have him at 1 out of 5 or even 2 out of 5 if I'm being honest. But other than that, still a great character, and I'm glad that Stark did get a lot of justice. And that basically sums up the technique category for the Canfield characters, and now we move on to speed. Which for speed, we do have a bit more characters than technique, but it's not at the same power scale that power has. Let's be real here. Anyway, starting off with the worst one, Seinosuke Yamada. Boy, I really thought that this character was going to be the best Ronker killer for speed, since he did have Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, with a Berserker at 40%. I really thought that this guy was going to actually nail it, but unfortunately, no. He has the 40% shave SA1. His second Tron attack heals, gives out shields, and happens to pretty much be the same exact SA2 as Hikone's, and then his third Tron attack is 1200 radius. Honestly, this guy is pretty garbage. he is pretty garbage unless you guys actually get him 2 out of 5 with level 10 SP and focus. And even then, I would not even recommend investing any type of transcendence on this character. Like, as far as I can see it, this character is just a Link. I'm gonna be real with you guys. If you guys want a better ranged all-round card killer for speed, get Fierce Battle Uryu, get Second Anniversary Ichigo. Like, they'll just outperform Seinosuke in every way, shape, or form. Which is just bad because, bruh, novel exclusive character and gets the shaft? Like, come on, we've been waiting for this goddamn character. But anyways, up next on the list for speed, I'ma have to give it to Charlotte Coolhorn. Charlotte, okay, for guild quests, he's actually quite good since the debuff actually does come in handy. However, for PvE play, think of it as playing as the likes of True Bankai Ichigo or the past Yoruichi, except the second strong attack is the debuff attack. Now, debuffs, again, they're good for guild quests and epic raids. However, for PvE, here's the problem. You will only be able to debuff one wave of mobs. It's not like a boost where you just buff yourself and you'll just basically have the extra damage applied to your unit at all times for 20 seconds. You can only debuff one wave of mobs, and once you've killed them off, the next wave of mobs will not be debuffed, making this guy pretty mediocre. But that being said, he has the hardest hitting soul bomb with weakened defense, and along with the fact that you can also debuff on the second strong attack, he is a god for epic raids and guild quests. Like, that's all that needs to be said, but pretty garbage for PvE, if I'm being honest. Up next on the list, I'm gonna have to give it to the Canfield no Baragon. Canfield no Baragon, they shafted this character when he first came out, but that being said, he did still have the 2500 length beam move on his first strong attack, which is at least a good start. The second strong attack, unfortunately, same SA2 as Seinosuke, minus the fact that he doesn't have the heal or the barrier, so you will be able to use the second strong attack a bit more often, but the third strong attack is 900 radius. Man, if this guy had Havoc instead of Last Ditch, it would have been so much better, because I think I would have probably put him above Aronnieto, but instead, that's not the case, mate, because guess what? I'm putting Aronnieto above Baragon. Which is sad, bro. The king of Hueco Mundo literally being way worse than the 9th Espada, being Aronnieto Arurueri. God damn it, bro. But anyways, Aronnieto, he does have the 2500 length beam move on the first strong attack, and the second strong attack is the same SA2 that Christmas Momo and Christmas Soifon have, being the vacuum vortex, where you basically suck all the enemies into one place and then you push them out forward. Now, the strong attack is good for when it comes to killing off bosses. However, for when it comes to killing off multiple waves of mobs, it's not really the best, and you will also be vulnerable for a couple of seconds since the second strong attack does not have that many invincibility frames, which is a bit unfortunate. And then his third strong attack is full screen 1000 radius. He's still a pretty good character. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, Charlotte is a Holo killer, Baragon is an Oranker killer, and Aronnieto is a Soul Reaper killer. So, yeah. And he doesn't have Berserker, while Baragon does. I forgot to mention that. And also, Charlotte did not get a higher Berserker. Like, he only has Berserker at 20 and no Havoc. Like, none of these characters have Havoc, which is pretty stupid. Oh, matter of fact, the best of the speed characters doesn't even have Havoc, and that is Canfield no Kisuke. Canfield no Kisuke, his kit is near perfect. It's near perfect, and all he really needed was Havoc. But other than that, he is a no affiliation killer with Frenzy, has 40% Berserker, has the 2500 length beam move, 800 radius AoE in front of him, and then the third strong attack is a charged strong attack. So when you unleash the third strong attack, of course it's not going to have that much range, but when you unleash it where it's 900 radius, he's actually going to be hitting very, 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 very hard. And overall, like, the skills that he has is actually pretty good. That actually puts him on top compared to all these other speed Canfield World characters. And the only thing that this guy was missing was Havoc, which was a disappointment. But hey, I gotta give kudos to K-Lab for finally giving us a very good limited Kisuke. Because let's be real here, 1000 Year Blower Kisuke sucked. I'm sorry, but it's literally facts. But yeah, that's the Spade category summed up in a nutshell. Not too many great characters, but we do still have Kisuke being very good. If you guys do have him, I do recommend getting his SP to level 10. And now, let us move on to the Mind category. So, the worst one out of all of them, or No Affiliation Killer. SA1 being the 18% mag pushback strong attack. SA2 being the crawling vortex. SA3 being the only good strong attack is the 1200 radius SA3. What the hell were you thinking? This is the second novel exclusive character that got shafted alongside Seinosuke, and even then Seinosuke is just a better character to play as compared to Aura. Like, bro, what is wrong with you, Caleb? Why are you shafting these novel exclusive characters? This makes no sense, and she's just so bad to the point that she can't even one-shot any of the wave of mobs and can't even kill bosses for jack shit. God damn it, bro. Anyways, up next on the list is Kanfyo no Noitora. Noitora for PvP, he was very good back then when he first came out. He was very good because he managed to completely dethrone Retsu. However, compared to Retsu, where she was actually quite good for PvE with the fact that she had long reach and the fact that she can heal and whatnot and had great strong attacks for guard breaking, I cannot say the exact same thing about Noitora. I mean, the strong attacks are good, don't get me wrong. Like, he has the 2500 length beam move, the third strong attack is full screen, and then the second strong attack pretty much allows him to boost and pretty much transform. The only problem, actually no, the only two problems that this character has is the fact that he doesn't have Enhancer, meaning that the boost ain't gonna be lasting for more than 10 seconds, and the fact that he doesn't have long reach. His NAD string is by far the shortest NAD string that a NAD character has gotten, period. Like, he pretty much plays like as if it were a 2016 unit, without long reach. That says a lot, and that's just very bad. God damn it, bro. Was it really that hard to give this character a decent NAD string? Like, come on. Oetsu, Ichibei, the Kanfyo no Grimjaw, which I'm gonna get into quite soon, all have a way better NAD string than this Noitora, which just sucks, honestly. But anyways, up next, I have to give it to Kanfyo no Lupi. Lupi, just like Aura, he has the No Affiliation Killer. However, he does have a slightly better kit. I mean, of course, the SA1 is still bad. 18% mag pushback, strong attack, but the second strong attack is the suction vortex that Shinsui has, so for when it comes to killing mobs, it's okay, but you're not going to be able to get all of them, so do keep that in mind. And then his third strong attack is full screen, 1200 radius. He could have been better if he had a way better kit, but he's just okay. Honestly, he's okay, and I do think that he's actually going to be clearing faster than Aura, definitely, and definitely will be able to clear faster than Noitora. But honestly, Anyways, up next, I have to give it to Shiruchi. Shiruchi, she's basically a discount Noel and Daddy Ichigo. That being said, she does at least have a good SA2 and a good SA3, where she does have the 800 radius AoE distant, and then the third strong attack is the same as the 5th anniversary Byakuya, but without Havoc. The only sucky thing about this character is the fact that she doesn't have Havoc, she doesn't have a higher Berserker than 20%, and the fact that she was given the 40% mag pushback SA1. Like, this character is not that great, if I'm being honest. Like, I mean, sure, she's a decent Soul Reaper killer, but literally, you can pretty much get yourself the likes of Mind Baragon that is just gonna outperform Shiruchi in every way, shape, or form. Which is just sad, honestly. Up next, we have Can't Fear Your Own World, Zalaparo. Now, okay, sure. Okay, let me just get right to the point. Zalaparo doesn't have Berserker. He still does have Frenzy with Havoc at 20%. But that being said, he still does have a better first strong attack, and his third strong attack has a bit more range compared to Shiruchi, where he has the 3000 length beam move, and then the third strong attack is 1080 radius. Unfortunately, it's not the 1200 radius we all know and love, because for some reason, they decided to slap on him 900 radius third strong attack, and pretty much slapped on him Havoc at 20%, which basically increases the range by 20%, and yeah, he's basically given 1080, which is not bad. Honestly, it's not bad because at the very least, it's still a full screen third strong attack. The only bad thing about this character is, of course, no Berserker, and the fact that he has a crawling vortex on his second strong attack. But honestly, Zalaparo is a lot better than Siruchi just because of the simple fact that he has poison on everything, which is a better status element compared to Laceration. Well, not for guild quests, because let's be real here, you want Laceration to pretty much be able to stop the bosses from doing strong attacks. But other than that, it's because of the fact that his special has the revival mechanic. So upon using the special, you will be able to guarantee yourself and your allies a free revive, where upon dying, you come back with 50% of your health remaining. Overall, pretty good character, but there are just way better Soul Reaper killers for you guys out there to use for Mind. And up next, we have the Can't Fear Your Own World, Hallibell. Hallibell, she doesn't have Havoc, which is a bit unfortunate. However, she does have way better skills compared to Zalaparo, Siruchi, and Lupi, where she does have Frenzy, and she does have a 40% Berserker. The only bad thing about this character is the fact that she was given the 18% mag pushback strong attack, which is basically the same as Aura and Lupi. That being said, she still does have the 800 radius AoE distant in front of her, and then her third strong attack is full screen 1000 radius. It just sucks that this character wasn't given Havoc, just like Kisuke and this Canfro no Melio. Oh yeah, the killers I forgot to mention. Zalaparo has Soul Reaper Killer, while Hallibell actually has Hollow Killer. The sucky thing about Hallibell is that even though she does hit harder than Koga, Koga is just gonna be outperforming Hallibell in every way, shape, or form. However, will Koga be able to outperform Hikone though? That's a very interesting topic, because guess what? The best out of all the Mind Canfro no characters is Hikone. Soul Reaper Killer with Frenzy. However, he doesn't have Havoc at 20%, nor does he have Berserker, but he has the best kit out of all the Mind characters, where he has the Lunge, 800 radius AoE in front of him, or her, it, whatever it is. Like, I know Hikone's genderless, okay? So I'm gonna call him a he. Alright? Let's get that straight. And then the third strong attack is 1000 radius full screen, and here is the thing that Hikone has compared to every single one of these Canfro no characters. Long Stride. Long Stride basically increases the range and movement when you basically flash step with a character, and because this guy actually has Sprinter plus 2, so overall 3 flash steps, you'll be able to zoom across the map with just the movement of your finger. Like, that is crazy about this character. And he has weakening on everything. Honestly, this Hikone has actually aged well, even though we did get overall better Soul Reaper killers like Noel and Ichigo. But yeah, yo, Mind actually has a way bigger lineup of characters, yet somehow it's not up to par with Power in any way, shape, or form because of how the characters were structured, which is quite crazy. But yeah, moving on to the last category for Canfro World, being the hard characters. So yeah, starting off with the worst one, Yami. Where do I start off? Okay, so he was the first Flurry character to get the PvE killer, and let's just be real here, at the time he was OP, because at the end of the day we did not get a Flurry character with a PvE killer, and this was definitely something that we all wanted back then when Canfro Round 2 came out. But over time, we just got better Flurry characters for hearts, to the point that Yami pretty much lost his use, and pretty much just sucks because he has the range collision type of Nat String, meaning that he is not going to be able to hit consistently well with his Nat String alone, and then his straw attacks for guard breaking aren't exactly the best. I mean, the first strong attack and the third strong attack is okay for guard breaking, but the second strong attack, being the Shockwave SA2, it just doesn't work, man. It just really doesn't. Yeah. Up next, the Beyond Resurrection Grimjow. They shafted this character. They gave him such a cool looking design. Matter of fact, I want to even argue that out of all the Espadas, he had the most swag in his actual design, but they had to give him a bad kit, where his first strong attack is the 40% shave SA1, second strong attack is the 600 radius AoE in front of him, which is just bad because it won't cover the same range as an 800 radius AoE would, and then the third strong attack, being the only good strong attack mind you, is the 900 radius charge SA3 in front of him, which is basically the same as Desert Society Rukia. No Havoc, no Berserker, just the 20% Sad Link, no recharge, and honestly, this character was just shafted. I don't even use this character anymore, like he's just sitting in my box collecting dust. Anyways, up next, the better Grimmjow, the Can't Fear Your Own World Truths Grimmjow. This character right here is still the best melee Heart Flurry character that we have gotten for Heart, period, and the only thing that sucks about this character is the fact that he doesn't have long reach, but even then, he has a very good nat string, regardless, even without long reach. But he does have Flurry, with a 40% bruiser, guard break, meaning that you don't need to use your strong attacks to even break guards, and he even has hidden enemies, meaning that you can go for a full-on Golden Chappie, and a Holobait setup, or even the Golden Chappie, and the Bawa accessory, and you will still be able to hit hard without sacrificing any type of accessory just to be able to hit underground enemies, and this guy is a beast for it. Now you guys will probably ask me, why did I put this Grimmjow above the Beyond Resurrection one? Let's be honest here, for starters, he's still going to be clearing a lot faster just because of the fact that you can just get up to the enemy and just snipe down with your normal attacks, and because this guy does have guard break, he's just going to be outperforming this Grimmjow. And heck, if you want to go for an SP setup, you can still do it just fine just because of the fact that he has a way better kit compared to this Grimmjow, where he has double lunges and then the third strong attack being the same SA3 as I believe 5th Anniversary Byakuya, but without the Havoc. Other than that, pretty good character. He does have a 40% Berserker, do keep that in mind, so it's not going to be hitting as hard compared to most SP characters. Anyways, second best out of all the hard characters, I have to give it to Can't Fear Your Own World Shuhei. Great kit, minus the fact that his second strong attack could have been a lot better. But that being said, he still has a lunge on his SA1, second strong attack being the same as the Can't Fear Your Own World Shunsui, and then the third strong attack is 1200 radius full screen, weakening on everything, and still has the best soul bomb in the game. Well, actually, would I even say it's better than Charlotte? I guess it's up there if I'm being honest, because of the simple fact that he inflicts weakening and also has debuff on the actual special, meaning that upon using the special, you will be able to decrease the enemy's attack and focus by 33%, but also heavily decrease the defense by 80%, meaning that you are going to be nuking very freaking hard with that special alone. And he also has nullify melee resistance, meaning that you can actually use him in 2 weeks of guild quests, and you can also use him as your go-to unit for extreme co-op. He's definitely the best heart or Ronker killer in the game, and is by far the most valuable heart character that we have in the game. Now up next, the best heart unit in the game for Can't Fear Your Own World, I have to give it to Tokinada. Tokinada. Sure, Masaki has actually surpassed Tokinada, however, this guy, being a Soul Reaper killer, and being a ranged flurry character that has guard break with a 20% bruiser, plus the 25 nat link, he's still going to be hitting quite hard just because of the fact that you can just pierce through with your nat string and be able to kill without having to use your strong attacks. And because this guy also boosts, you can just basically go for a hybrid build or even build him up as an SP based character. He does have a 50% Berserker on his actual skills, so you can pretty much get away with that just fine, and he has the kit to be able to even do so since he does have the 2500 linked beam move, the second strong attack being the boost, and of course does the range collision vortex pushback, and then the third strong attack is full screen 1000 radius. And his special inflicts weakening and also has a transformation mechanic, meaning that upon using the actual special, you will also be able to reset your strong attacks and be able to boost even further with Tokinada, prolonging it by an extra 20 seconds, and you will be able to do even harder numbers on both your normal attacks and your strong attacks. Like, honestly, Tokinata, sure, he may not be able to nullify ranged resistance like Shuhei can. However, in terms of being the best NAD character, he really does take the cake. And even though Misaki did surpass Tokinata by a good freaking mile, he is still very useful for ranged Soul Reaper Week. And overall, just being able to use as a boost character in general. And for epic raids, you are always welcome to bring Tokinata should you be missing the optimal unit. Anyways, that ends the tier list for the Can't Fear Your Own World characters. Now, do you guys agree or disagree with the list? Let me know in the comment section below. Hey, I'm sorry if I couldn't really summon on Can't Fear Your Own World Round 9, but I thought that getting this video out just to share my overall opinion about the characters and how my mindset is pretty much just good enough to even make as an actual video. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have actually enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. And also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description below. We're currently at 70 plus followers, so let's get up to 100, shall we? But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been your boy the Death Smasher, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, lads.